Hi friends, welcome to Spirit Says So Tarot. We are going to be doing a timeless pick card reading, and it is about recovery. So of course there's various concerns that we all could be recovering from. Of course, addiction, it could be a traumatic event or experience, could be that of a loss. So there are many different aspects and stories that we collectively have. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and get started by pulling the initial oracle cards for the readings. Spirit, would you please provide divinely guided messages for our beautiful friends? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear about recovery? What message can we offer to assist them in gravitating to a particular reading? All right, thank you, Spirit. So, with the first reading, we have co-create. We are also going to be using the yellow crystal quartz angel. We'll see how long I'm able to keep that up. Reading 2 is time for a nap. And with reading 2, we have this beautiful orange quartz angel. And reading 3, we have Orphaned. With Orphaned, we have this darling green quartz angel. Go ahead and take a moment and see which reading resonates or may resonate with you the most. I will have timestamps below. You are welcome to stick with me during the shuffling and drawing process. And of course, you're more than welcome to watch more than one reading. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that drawing process. And I'm really surprised that so far these beautiful angels have stood up. All right. So we're going to get started with the first deck, which is the Mystical Medleys. Spirit, same intention for all decks, please. Provide divinely guided messages for all of our friends, for all of these readings regarding recovery. If they were drawn to this timeless message, they are recovering from something. Two more cards for each reading, please, Spirit. What do our friends need to hear? What do they need to know? Thank you, Spirit. All right, we are going to be pulling from the Late Sears Tarot. I'm Spirit for 3 cards from this deck as well. If you're sticking with me, you've probably noticed how gentle I am with my cards. Everyone has their own shuffling process. I just feel a sense of respect, I guess, for my cards. I want them to last me a long time. I don't want to tear through them. And again, everyone has their own style, and I'm definitely not judging any other reader for how they shuffle and draw. I think it's actually pretty cool, the various styles. And I've tried various styles, and this just seems to flow better for me. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we now have the Enchanted Love Tarot. Spirit, same intention, please. I do appreciate all of my viewers and subscribers. I appreciate the likes, the kind comments, constructive criticism is fine too. I welcome that as well. Okay, I am asking for 4 cards for each reading, please, Spirit. Okay, we have 2. Please continue to provide divinely guided messages for the highest good only, for all of our friends who are drawn to this timeless reading regarding recovery. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. All right. We now have the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. We're going to be asking for 1 message from this oracle for each reading. Spirit, please continue to provide those divinely guided messages. I'm going to take that for 2. Thank you, Spirit. And last to be drawn, whoops, the first to be flipped over is Conscience of the Oracle. I think I got that right. You can correct me if I'm incorrect. Spirit, divinely guided messages, please. This is for their highest good. Messages they need to hear, need to know. Signs perhaps they need to look out for. What is going on? Thank you very much, Spirit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get reading 3 over here and reading 2. Thank you very much for your patience if you have stuck with me through the shuffling and dealing process. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Friends, for reading 1, thank you so much for joining me. We have co-create. So we have this beautiful cheetah. I believe that is a cheetah. Could be a leopard maybe. With an owl on the tight rope here. Co-create. There's definitely a lot going on. You see the egg on the wall as well. A lot going on here with you, my beautiful friends. All right. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. Forest Frolic, Maiden, 38, which 3 plus 8 is 11. So, Justice. Very nice energy, friends. Very nice energy. Yeah, I feel like you're exploring your inner child. You're reminiscing about your inner child experiences. And you're also, I feel like you are now experiencing things that you did not, when you were a child for whatever reasons. But I do feel like whatever you are or may have recovered from, if you hear that noise, that's my dog and my cat playing. Whatever you are recovering from, I feel like the co-create is you and your spirit guide, your angels. Oh my goodness, and here I am knocking your angel right over. We're gonna put your angel on the other side. Okay, so Maiden, you are definitely in a good state of mind. You've come a long way from your recovery, the beginning of your recovery journey anyway. So we have the eagle, mastery. You're on a spiritual journey, yes, beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. How lovely. We were just saying spiritual guidance, and look, with the flying, it's like Forest Frolic. You're ready to fly, and you have the wings. You feel like you've got the wind beneath your wings. All right. Very good positive vibrations coming through about your recovery journey. My dear friends, for reading 1, I love it. The Builder, Prince of Gems. Okay. All right. So whatever it is that, oh, bless you, Icy. That's my kitty cat. Whatever it is that you've been recovering from, that recovery journey has put you on a path of education, whether it be learning more about yourself or learning more about your spirituality. It could be also things that are more in tune with what it is you're recovering from. So you could be learning more, doing research perhaps, but learning more about the experience that you are pulling your life back together from. The builder, you're rebuilding your life. So we also have the Four of Gems here. Possessiveness. Holding on to something. Okay. Respect, Four Roses. So the Four Roses is the Four of Wands in the original tarot. So there is some celebration coming on, and that could very well be that you are now respecting yourself. You have self-respect. You also do respect those around you, and whatever experiences they share with you regarding this recovery process, journey, recovery state. Take it how it resonates, please. Eight of Gems. You've been working really hard. You've been very diligent with what you've been working on. All right, so the Fool was in reverse, and I normally don't do reversals, and that's why I had to look at the other cards. They are not reversed. This one was reversed, so we're going to keep it that way because it definitely means something where I normally don't do them. And you are being very diligent. You're not acting, you haven't in your recent past. You have been working very diligently. On your recovery state. Ace of Swords. All right, you have a new beginning in your near future that you are going to be doing some research of. Again, I feel like you've been doing your homework, some studies. This goes in tune with what you are currently doing. Okay, but you're going to be opening up your mind to new ideas. I feel like you've been conditioned in your past. Part of your recovery journey is to open up yourself to new ideas, new perspectives, and to grow and learn from that and be able to make analytical and logical, sound judgment for yourself. Yeah, so you are and will be seeking more spiritual advice, but I feel like you have a mentor in place already, someone that you have gravitated to that has shown you how to open up your mind to other ideas, other theories, other thoughts. Releasing, the word release, which it's coupled with recovery. So I believe that part of your release through your recovery journey is that of learning new avenues, new ways to relieve your stress or take care of your concerns, instead of whether it be you were recovering from addiction of eating or drugs or Maybe you have a gambling habit, but whatever your recovery is, this is looking like you are on the right track, and you are definitely spiritual. Your spirituality is a stronghold in your recovery for sure. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like there's going to be a message coming into you, but it's going to be some time. This message is going to take its sweet time. I almost feel like this is a message from your higher self to you, letting you know it's going to take time, but you're going to get there. You are going to experience the recovery reward that you're waiting for. Six of Wands. Yeah, you're going to be victorious. You see that? That's awesome. Page of Wands. Yeah. And when it's all said and done, you are going to be just going from learning to creating. You, on your journey, are learning so much. In lieu of whatever it is that you're recovering from, to get your mindset off of that addiction or trauma, you are definitely on the right path, my dear friends, for reading one. I really hope that this reading has resonated with you, where I feel like you came into this reading knowing, yeah, I got this. And I just want to see if Spirit is on the same page with me. And that's how I feel like with this reading, that this is just your check-in and making sure that your spirit guides and your angels are all on the same page with you. You have been co-creating with your higher self, your angels, your loved ones. You have been seeking spiritual guidance and being mentored. And I almost feel like part of your learning journey is you are looking to assist others who have experienced the same as you. And you can be a sound mind and body for people in the future that are recovering from the same type of experience that you are. So I feel that you are doing a phenomenal job. The energy's coming through. This cherry quartz here from my mystical medleys tarot that I was cleansing with is definitely setting good vibrations. The yellow angel that you selected, and the fact that I tipped it over and then it stood tall the rest of the reading tells me that that is exactly what you're doing. You got knocked over in your life and you are standing tall. So with that said, reading one, friends, I hope this resonated with you. If it did not, please feel free to check out readings 2 and 3. Perhaps pieces from each reading will resonate with you. Until next time, take care. Bye. If you are sticking with me through the shuffling and drawing process, I want to say, reading 1, what good vibrations, huh? And if you have already been through the recovery process for some time, good for you. Very, very proud of you. Very happy to know you. So we're going to take reading 2, bring it on down, and we're going to let my beautiful yellow warm angels rest. All right. Thank you very much, Spirit. Friends for reading too, thank you very much for selecting this reading, which is Time for a Nap. Boy, I am definitely one that is all about taking naps. Yes. And you have also selected this gorgeous orange angel. And I've learned my lesson from reading one. We're going to put and secure orange angel in that corner. We also have sacred space. I find peace, security, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. Beautiful. And we have a 7. And of course, a 7 does reflect, I believe, attainment, fruition, hard work. It can also be a standoff position. It could be that in which when you are in your sacred space, you're kind of putting people off. We also have coyote or coyote, wherever you may be from. Revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Traps and tricks. This is a very good message for anyone who has been on a recovery journey. All right. So maybe you're playing so hard that it's time to take a nap, y'all. All right, and we're gonna kind of go this way. I had things a little backwards in reading one, but boys, didn't I make it work. Spirit did, actually. All right, so beautiful reading, 2 friends. We have the 2 of Pentacles, so you have been balancing. Definitely balancing work, finances. I believe that your recovery position has played a key role in your balancing things through your life. Page of Pentacles, nice. Yeah, you've been learning too. So I feel like you have been, with the page in this position, I feel like you have actually been on your recovery journey for, I want to say, a few years. You're still learning to get through life and balance life. I do feel, for reading 2 friends, strongly, and I could be wrong, but I do feel that this is a recovery from loss. I feel like you've lost someone within the last couple of years, very near and dear to you. And I feel like it's just taking you some time, or it has, and you have been trying. I do feel like you've been making a very strong effort to pull yourself out of depression. And I do feel that depression is a role, because those who are depressed, typically just sometimes taking a nap makes you feel better. You think it does. You want to sleep your time away. You want to sleep the grief away. You feel like, okay, when I wake up, I'm going to be over this. So, dear friends, for reading 2, I do want to, before I keep going, I want to say I'm very sorry for your loss. I do feel very strongly that this is recovering, a recovering group. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. You want to be happy. You want yours and your loved one's life to get back to normal. You often think and dream about that. I do feel like you work very hard through this. That I don't feel like you have let things go. I don't feel like you've let yourself go. I just feel like you haven't let the sorrow go. Makes sense? Four of Wands. I feel with the Four of Wands here that you do go through life and you carry yourself as though life is always good, life is always worth celebrating, because I do believe that deep down inside you feel that. But I feel with the Four of Wands, this is kind of a front that you put up. Okay, again, I don't do reversals normally. I make sure my cards are upright, but we have an upside down strength. In your recent past, you have been weak, but you've lost patience with yourself. Again, you keep up a front, but you've been weak. I feel like the take a nap is where you lost your patience. You got tired of sleeping things off. You got tired of eating out of the ice cream carton, or going and binge eating, or things that are linked to a loss of a loved one. So in this card, there, if you can see it in the clouds, there is an oracle. That's your angel. I was just very much connected to that for you. I'm getting the energy and the message coming through this angel in this oracle card that the one that you lost is watching over you. They don't want you to lose sleep. They're the ones coming through this coyote message. Don't take things so seriously all the time. They want you to have playtime. They want you to get back to good. They want you to live your life. They want you to have the Ten of Pentacles. So you're getting the Five of Pentacles for your possible near future. This could also be your present. I feel like you are teeter-tottering, if that's the right word. You're going back and forth because you are still weak. You do feel the loss. I feel like you were heartbroken through this loss. This does not necessarily mean that this was your partner or your significant other. This could have been a soulmate. This could be a parent or a sibling that you lost. I do want to go back to the beginning of the reading when I said that I felt like it was a loss. I do feel that the loss was a little time ago, more than a year, but not necessarily more than 2. I feel like within the last couple of years. The one that you lost is looking down on you and telling you it is time for you to allow yourself to heal. It's time to turn your inner strength back on. And it is time for you to look up and see that key. And I'm sorry, my fingers were covering it. Right here, there's a key leaning up against that door. All you got to do, baby, is look up and grab that key and open up that door. And new beginnings can open up for you. You can start to heal. Again, we're getting back to you've been covering it. So how do others see them, Spirit? What's their attitude and how do others see them? Six of Wings, passage. So you're not fooling anybody. You're sitting up there, and don't take this the wrong way. You're sitting up there on that high horse, beautiful as can be, acting, wanting to feel victorious, right? Because usually when you're up on the horse and everybody else is below you, you're above everybody, and the horse is going, and usually the horse is going fast because you're trying to get through it. Those below you, those that are beneath that horse, and I don't mean beneath you as in class or beneath you as in they're just not your people. That's not what I mean. The people that actually do support you, that hit that horse in the rear end to get it to go fast for you, the people that help you off and onto that horse, they're screaming at you because they see you and they actually feel you, because some of your support network are empaths, so they feel that you've been trying to recover from your loss, but you're not there yet. And they're trying to tell you, no, it's time. Nine of Shells. Fulfillment. Yeah, they want you to open up emotionally because you act like you are happy. They're saying they act like they got it together. These are the energies coming in from the people, again, that you network with, the your family members, your soul tribe. It could be your soulmate if that's not who you lost. Could be your children telling you, looking up at you and saying, hey, they could be the ones down here saying, hey, you really need to get over this for us, for you. Okay. Five of Roses, competition. Now, Spirit is saying that with the Five of Roses, you are struggling with yourself. You got the Five of Roses here, you're struggling. You've got the Five of Pentacles here, you're struggling. You've got Strength upside down. You're putting on a front. You are definitely struggling. Your friends are saying, let me help you. Let us help you get down from your front. Let us help you through the transition to get you released from your grief. Go back to playfulness. It's okay for you to stay in your sacred space, but don't stay there too long by yourself. Courage, Seven of Roses. So you need to take the blinder off so you can see again. You need to pull one of those two swords, or I'm sorry, wands, out from your frontage and let people in. You need to not hold people off anymore. You need to be creative. And you need to get your drive back, your motivation back. I definitely feel like Spirit is saying that your loved one, and again, I feel like this is the angel of your loved one coming through, saying that they're looking at you and they want you to release. They want you to look up and unlock that door. They want you to remove some of those wands from in front of you and move forward. Get your drive back, get your motivation back, get your strength back. And you definitely can get back to your Ten of Pentacles. The one that you lost wants you to have the Ten of Pentacles. So with that said, I definitely hope that this reading resonated with you. I am so sorry about the little faux pas there, but I do not edit. I don't script. I am human. I make mistakes. It is what it is. We all move on. But I do feel that your loved ones support you, and you have been working very, very hard to get through the grief and recover from that. Keep going. Stay strong. And you take care. Until next reading. Bye. All right. Well, that was a little unfortunate, I feel, because it was for those who have experienced a significant loss in their life. Not simply love, but more than just love. All right. Again, if you're sticking with me, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Friends for reading 3, Orphaned. All right, so if you've selected reading 3 with Orphans, right out of the gate, I am feeling that you do have the experience of being left behind. You feel like you are not connected. You may be feeling somewhat isolated. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. With the green angel, that is geared towards the heart chakra. So there is love, I feel like, within you, within this reading, within the energy coming in. Root chakra, I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. I do feel like you are very well rooted, no pun intended, collective for reading 3. I do feel that being orphaned is something that you have just carried with you all your life. Not necessarily at birth. Not that you were orphaned at birth. But I feel definitely disconnected. You had to disconnect from your family, whether it be for dynamics of the family or your behavior. Let's keep going. Horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like you've traveled a lot throughout your life. The deeper I'm getting into this, I feel like you orphaned yourself from your family. I feel like you are one with the universe. You are very spiritual. You are very, while you're down to earth, I feel like your family, at least some, those that you've disconnected, not all, but the people that you've disconnected yourself from, or perhaps feel orphaned from, they don't get you. They're very close-minded people. I feel like they're spiritual, but I feel like they're very one way, their way, God's way, and they want to believe God's way is black and white, and you aren't about that. You do love God. I feel that you are very spiritual, but I feel like you are more than that. You have gifts, and I think that your friends, not your friends, I'm so sorry, your family that you've pulled away from don't acknowledge. They think you're weird, okay? I'm sorry, but they think you're weird. I don't think you're weird. I'm not judging you. And I don't mean to sound angry about it, but that's the energy coming in, and I feel like that's kind of your attitude. I feel like if you were to express that to someone, that's how you'd say it. 3 of Gems. Work. Nine of Wings. Obsession. With the Nine of Wings and obsession, I feel like that is actually you. Because of your gifts, you are often, I feel like you get a lot of headaches. I feel like you do get a lot of nightmares. Not necessarily to do with your own concerns here with being orphaned. In general, because of your gifts, I feel like people come to you, they gravitate to you. I feel like your gifts are part of it's not just your life's journey and your lifestyle, it's your life's work. With the horse and freedom, I feel like for a long time you have done your work kind of on the road. You would go and find a place, but you haven't really grown roots somewhere is what's coming out. You go and you establish yourself. You do well. You're very well liked. People gravitate towards you. You're very attractive. You're nice to look at. You're nice to be around. You pull yourself together very well. You listen. You're a very good listener. Degree. You have a degree in counseling. Could be working with, I don't feel it's a medical degree, but I feel like somehow you're working on that. That could be the 3 of Gems. You may be working on that. I also do know that when you're anything medical takes a long, long, long time, and you may have just over the last several years come into actually counseling, and now you may be going through like psychological, and I want to say psychotherapy courses to a gems. Yeah, you're balancing. You've also, I feel like with the same change, you've changed it up a little bit. I feel like that change has come into play because of your headaches. I feel like you too have actually sought counsel, medical counsel, and you have connected that a lot of your mindful woes, your headaches, your nightmares, the obsessions that perhaps you do have, that may, okay, that just obsessions and orphaned. So I feel like with you listening to so many people's, excuse me, concerns in the past and throughout, that you have buried your own, I want to say, your own trials and tribulations that you've had with those that you've orphaned yourself from, or you feel orphaned from. Take that how it resonates, because it can work both ways. And I feel like you, since then, all you've done is grow. You've allowed yourself to grow. Again, I feel like you've traveled throughout the course of your life since you've disconnected from your original roots. I don't feel like you've disconnected from everyone in your life that you grew up with, but I do feel like those that played some roles, some major roles, you've walked away from and you haven't seen them. I feel like that was part of your freedom. But through that, I feel like you've also suffered through your journey of healing others. And it's time for a change, perhaps for you to start healing yourself. 3 of Roses. So that's the 3 of Wands. Opportunity, yeah. So an opportunity may be coming in very soon for you. And I almost feel like because I do get the energy that you've been traveling a lot. And again, going back to where you're stable, you live a good life, you definitely take care of yourself, and the work that you do takes care of your means, but you don't stay planted. You haven't grown roots. I do feel like you're ready to grow roots and change gears a little bit with the type of work that you do. Maybe get out of counseling into more therapeutic. More, instead of just listening and providing guidance, I feel like you want to be on the spectrum of the therapy as to pulling people out of and through their recovery. We have the Star upside down. So with that has been your recent past. With these 9 of Swords here, you started, it's like you broke down, and then you started to build yourself back up, and then you broke down again, and I feel like you are recovering from a repetitive process because you're beating yourself up inside by taking on other people's energies, and I feel like with this being upside down here, in your recent past, you learned that's not working for you. You building yourself back up in the same manner as you had been, the same patience that you gave yourself, the same temperance, because this is very similar to the temperance card. The star being upside down, I feel like you just said, you know what, I've had enough of this routine. Let's try something new. Hence the Three of Roses. Yeah, you are definitely ready to close the chapter down of feeling overwhelmed with other people's grief, because you have fought your own grief in your life. Again, whether you orphaned yourself or you feel orphaned, nonetheless you still feel isolated, and you've been trying to recover from that isolation throughout your whole life. And the practices of you healing others has led you to understand that that practice in itself isn't what you've needed. It's what they've needed. You've done very good for others. You have been a solid rock to others, but not yourself, and you finally realize that. So you're ready. You're ready to close that chapter with the Death card and move on to a new chapter. King of Swords, yeah. So your near future could also be having your thoughts in place, being able to be logical and not so emotional, and not allowing the emotions to turn into these butterflies here. Don't allow the cups to turn into swords. So your near future, you could definitely have your stuff together, and you have the right attitude for that as well. The Emperor, yeah. Others do perceive you now as already being an emperor, being completely in control of your world, and being someone who does have a guard up. You see the armor, so you are well guarded. And you are also a good person to go to settle things, to ask guidance from. You have experience, and that's what has led you through all of your years of healing practices, is your experience. And I feel like your experience has catered to those who have felt isolation, but everyone's isolation is brought upon by various reasons, paths. You know, everyone's lives are different. So even though you've experienced the orphaned experience, I feel like yours was because of how different you are. Yours isn't literally that you lost a loved one, physically lost a loved one, but you disconnected from a loved one or loved ones, or they disconnected from you. So you've been orphaned. And others that you've helped through the orphaned process have maybe literally been orphaned, or their disconnect is due to maybe a drug addiction from either their side or the other party's side. So you really get a lot of information from a lot of different people, and that weighs really heavily on you. So it's totally understandable that you just need to fully recover from your orphaned experience by taking another career path with what you love to do so much. Five of Swords, it's been a struggle for you to do that because you love what you do so much. But if you don't stop, you're going to keep struggling. You're going to keep having those headaches. Queen of Pentacles. Spirit is saying that you, with your talent, your gifts, your love for nature, your love for spirits, you definitely have what it takes, the dedication it takes. If you were to not travel, if you were to stop traveling to do your healing work and actually plant roots, or plant seeds, excuse me, and start growing roots, you can definitely have the Ten of Pentacles, which is everything and anything that your heart desires. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, it's a husband or a wife, and it's, 10 kids, or it's a farm, because everybody's wants, desires, and likes are different, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is representing you being on top of the world, having it all, people still coming to you, right? And you're going to feel love, and you're going to have love to give. And the Queen of Pentacles is kind of like the queen that does have it all. You have your emotions in check. You have your thoughts in check. You have your creative and your motivation, your drive, your intuition, all in check. And not only that, you got your shite together because you got a beautiful home. You've got your finances in check. You probably have a fancy dancy car. Or, maybe you're like driving Miss Daisy and you got yourself a limo driver. Good for you if you do. All right, so with that said, my beautiful friends, for reading 3, who are the orphaned ones, I feel like you definitely have been working through your concerns, but you've taken on other people's concerns while you're doing it. And you need to continue your educational path so you may find another career avenue along the same lines of your healing abilities, but maybe do it in a community that will nurture you, and you can help nurture that community and grow with that community. So with that said, I hope this resonates with you. If it didn't, that's okay. Please check out readings 1 and 2. Maybe pieces from each reading will resonate for you. Until next time, take care. Bye.